You might notice something very different when you check your bank account or your mailbox today. If you've been sitting by the window or refreshing your mobile app waiting for your money to arrive, I have some urgent news. Right now, as we speak, millions of Americans are seeing their monthly checks hit their accounts. We are talking about life-changing payments ranging from $1,400 all the way up to over $3,000 for certain households. But wait, before you head to the ATM or start planning your grocery trip, there is something major happening behind the scenes. There is a shift in the way these funds are being distributed this month, and it could affect how much of that money you actually get to keep. Today, we are going deep into the details. We're breaking down exactly who is getting paid today, a surprising leak regarding the 2027 COLA estimates that has everyone talking, and a new government proposal that could put a cap on what some people can receive. Plus, I have to warn you about a very clever new scam that is targeting seniors' mailboxes this very week. You do not want to miss the warning at the end of this video because it could save your entire month's budget. Let's start with the big news. The checks are officially moving. According to the Social Security Administration's official 2026 calendar, today, Friday, May 1st, is a massive day for payments. Explain it in simple terms. Today is the day that the safety net kicks in for the most vulnerable members of our community. If you receive Supplemental Security Income, SSI, your money should be in your account today. Because May 1st falls on a Friday this year, there are no weekend delays to worry about. This is a huge relief for those who rely on that first of the month deposit to pay rent or buy medicine. But here is the part many people are missing. There is a double payment situation happening for a specific group of people. If you're someone who receives both SSI and Social Security, or if you've been receiving benefits since before May 1997, keep a close eye on your account. While your SSI arrives today, your secondary Social Security payment is scheduled to arrive by May 3rd. Since the 3rd is a Sunday, many banks, especially those like Chime, SoFi, or Navy Federal, might actually show that money as pending or available as early as this afternoon. Now, if your birthday falls between the 11th and the 31st of the month, you might be feeling a bit left out today. Your money isn't lost, it's just on a different schedule. Here's the breakdown. Birthdays 1st through 10th, your check arrives Wednesday, May 13th. Birthdays 11th through 20th, your check arrives Wednesday, May 20th. Birthdays 21st through 31st, your check arrives Wednesday, May 27th. Let me know in the comments, have you seen your deposit hit yet, or are you still waiting? It's always helpful for the community to see which banks are processing these faster than others. Some people swear by the big banks, while others say credit unions are the way to go. What's your experience been? Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Even though we are only 5 months into 2026, experts and policy watchers in Washington are already looking at what's coming next year. We all remember the 2.8% increase we got at the start of this year. It brought the average retired worker's check up to about $2,071. For many, that was a help, but with the price of eggs, bread, and electricity still through the roof, it didn't exactly feel like a windfall.
But here is the thing. Inflation has been acting a bit like a roller coaster lately. Based on the latest government inflation data from the first quarter of 2026, early whispers for the 2027 COLA are starting to surface. Now, I want to be clear, nothing is final until the official announcement in October. However, some nonpartisan senior advocacy groups are looking at the current consumer price index and predicting a potential increase that could mirror this year's. But there's a catch that many people are missing. There is a growing movement in Congress to change the formula for how your raise is calculated. Right now, they use something called the CPIW, which mostly tracks what young urban workers spend their money on. Does a 25-year-old tech worker spend money the same way you do? Probably not. They are pushing to switch to the CPIE, or the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. This formula focuses specifically on things like healthcare, prescription drugs, and heating bills. If that change happens, your future raises could finally stay ahead of the real costs you face at the pharmacy. It's not a law yet, but it's the first sign of hope we've seen for a truly fair raise in a very long time. Let's talk about something a bit more serious that has been circulating in the news. There is a new proposal making waves in Washington that's being called the six-figure limit. Now, don't let the name scare you. Let's break it down in very simple English. I know that sounds like it only affects rich people, but the implications are much wider. Basically, some lawmakers are worried that the Social Security Trust Fund is running out of money faster than expected. To save the program from going bankrupt in the next decade, they are proposing a cap on the maximum amount any one person can receive. For a single person, they want to limit the maximum benefit to $50,000 a year. For a married couple, the limit would be $100,000. Now,
curious, what do you think about that? Most people watching this probably aren't bringing home $50,000 a year from Social Security alone. In fact, the average is much lower. But here's the part that should concern you. If they start capping benefits at the top, it changes the whole insurance feel of the program. Social Security has always been something you earned by paying in. If the government starts saying, actually, we're only going to give you back a certain amount, it sets a precedent for more cuts down the line. Based on official government reports, the trust fund is still on track to face a shortfall by the early 2030s. Proposals like this are a concern, but they also show that Congress is finally feeling the pressure to do something instead of just kicking the can down the road. What do you think? Should they cap benefits for the wealthy to save the program for everyone else? Or is that a slippery slope that leads to cuts for the middle class too? But that's not all. We have to talk about the give and take that happened this year. It's the story we hear every single year. The government gives you a raise with one hand and takes it back with the other. While you got that 2.8% COLA raise, Medicare Part B premiums also took a jump. For most of you, that monthly premium is now sitting at about $202.90. Since this is usually taken right out of your Social Security check before you even see the money, it can feel like you never got a raise at all. Here's the thing that almost nobody tells you, and this is where it gets really helpful. If your income has dropped recently, you might be paying too much for Medicare. If you retired, lost a spouse, or had a pension stop, you can actually ask the Social Security Administration to lower that premium.
It's a specific form called the SSA 44, also known as the life-changing event form. Many seniors are missing out on this simply because they don't know it exists. If you've had one of these events, filling out that form could save you over $100 a month. That's money that stays in your pocket instead of the government's. Have you ever tried to contest your Medicare premiums? It can be a bit of a headache with the paperwork, but for an extra $1,200 a year, most people say it's worth the trouble. Let's address a rumor that has been flying around social media lately. You might have seen headlines claiming there is a fourth stimulus or a special $1,400 bonus check coming specifically for seniors this month. I want to be very direct and honest with you here. As of today, May 1st, 2026, there is no such thing as a bonus check from the federal government. Here is where the confusion comes from. Sometimes when people see their SSI payment and their Social Security payment arrive in the same week, they think they've received extra money. Or if they receive a retroactive payment because their benefits were calculated incorrectly in the past, it looks like a bonus. The government isn't just handing out extra cash right now, despite what some of those flashy clickbait thumbnails might tell you. I know that's not the news everyone wants to hear, especially with the price of gas and groceries, but I want to make sure you have the facts so you can plan your budget realistically. Hope is good, but false hope can lead to financial trouble. However, there is a real proposal in the works called the Social Security Expansion Act, which would add an extra $200 a month to every single check. It hasn't passed yet, but it has more support now than it ever has in the past. We are keeping a very close eye on that bill. I need your full, undivided attention on this last part. This is the most important thing I will say today. There is a very dangerous and very smart scam spreading across the country right now, and it is specifically designed to trick people who are waiting for their May checks. According to the Office of the Inspector General, scammers are sending out emails, text messages, and even leaving voicemails that look and sound 100% official. They are telling people that their account has a security hold, or that they need to verify their identity to receive the 2026 COLA increase. Here is the truth. The Social Security Administration will never call you out of the blue demanding money, and they will never ask you to pay them with gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. They will also never threaten to arrest you if you don't pay a fine over the phone. If you get a message saying your benefits are frozen or that you are eligible for a bonus if you provide your Social Security number, do not click the link. Just hang up the phone or delete the message. If you are ever truly worried, go to the official website at ssa.gov or visit your local office in person. Your benefits are safe as long as you keep your personal information private. Have you received any weird calls or texts lately? Share what they said in the comments. By sharing their tactics, you might prevent someone else in this community from losing their entire check to a thief. It is a lot to take in, I know. Between the payments arriving today, the new formulas being debated in Washington, and the scams we have to dodge, staying informed is basically a full-time job. But you don't have to do it alone.
Staying informed is the absolute best way to protect your hard-earned money and your peace of mind. We are in a time where every dollar counts, and I want to make sure you get every penny you are entitled to. If you found this update helpful, please hit that like button right now. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this video to more seniors and retirees who might be confused about their payments today. Don't forget to check your bank account. And if you're one of those people who still gets a paper check in the mail, let us know if it arrived on time or if there are delays in your area. Make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you are the very first to know the second a new benefit update or a new government proposal drops. We're going to be tracking the 2027 COLA numbers every single month until the final announcement, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for being part of this community, and most importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.